The story of Street Outlaws isn't just a tale about roaring engines, screeching tires, and finish lines won by inches. It's about a brotherhood forged in asphalt and the hidden costs that came when television turned a local passion into a national phenomenon. For years, the men and women of Street Outlaws were the ultimate symbols of rebellion, blue-collar heroes who lived life at full throttle. But behind the cheers and the smoke, there was another story quietly building, one of fractured friendships, bruised egos, and dreams that came with a price far higher than any car could pay. It all began with Justin Shearer, the man the world came to know as Big Chief. In many ways, he was the architect of the Street Outlaws universe, a racer so devoted to his craft that his life revolved around the hum of engines and the smell of burnt rubber. Born in Kentucky but raised in Oklahoma, his love affair with racing started as a kid watching the action on Route 66 long before cameras ever showed up. Behind the wheel of his iconic car, the Crow, Big Chief wasn't just a driver, he was a leader, the one who made the rules, organized the lists, and gave the show its soul. But fame, as it so often does, began to twist everything it touched. What started as a community of racers bound by mutual respect turned into a high-stakes entertainment empire, and Big Chief found himself caught between his love for racing and the demands of television producers. When the infamous "race your way in" rule was introduced, it felt like the first crack in the foundation. The idea was simple. New racers could earn their way onto the show by winning qualifying races. But to Big Chief, it was anything but fair. He saw it as a producer's trick, a way to favor certain racers, particularly from the Memphis crew, at the expense of others who'd put in years of work. Standing in front of cameras defending rules he didn't believe in was torture. What had once been about heart and horsepower now felt scripted, political, and hollow. To make matters worse, rumors of personal tension between Big Chief and Precious Cooper, a rising Memphis star, only added gasoline to the fire. The man who had once united Oklahoma's racing world now found himself isolated, frustrated, and wondering whether the empire he built had turned against him. Then his personal life collapsed. He had married his high school sweetheart, Alicia, at just 18. Together they raised two sons, Corbin and Koval, and for a time his family grounded him through the chaos of fame. But the endless filming schedules, travel, and pressure of being a TV star tore their relationship apart. Their 2017 divorce left him questioning everything. He later admitted he wished he'd valued his family more before it was too late, a rare glimpse of vulnerability from a man fans thought was unshakable. Even his greatest friendship began to crumble. For years, Big Chief and Sean Ellington, known to fans as Murder Nova, had been inseparable. Together they built Midwest Street Cars, a garage that became the heartbeat of Oklahoma racing. When filming took over their lives, they left their day jobs to pour everything into that shop. But fame changes people, and soon whispers spread that something was wrong. When their partnership ended, fans were devastated. Big Chief claimed there was no bad blood, that their paths had simply diverged. He wanted to race nonstop, while Sean wanted stability for his family. But rumors told another story, one involving a missed sponsor event and a fallout that neither would ever publicly explain. What was once a friendship built on trust ended like a blown engine, fast, loud, and beyond repair. Eventually, Big Chief made the decision no one thought he ever would. He walked away from Street Outlaws. Rumors flew that he'd been fired or sent to rehab, but the truth was simpler. He was done being part of something that no longer felt authentic. It stopped being about racing, he admitted later, and started being about TV. Now Big Chief lives life on his own terms. Through his YouTube channel, he builds, races, and mentors new drivers without the weight of producers shaping his every move. His latest project, Caddy Jack, symbolizes his rebirth, a car built not for fame, but for the pure love of racing. He shares this new chapter with his girlfriend, Jackie Brash, and though he's no longer on television, his name remains synonymous with street racing excellence. While Big Chief chose freedom, Murder Nova stayed loyal until the loyalty ran out. For more than a decade, Sean Ellington carried the Street Outlaws flag proudly, racing under its banner, attending live events, and keeping the dream alive. But in 2025, everything came crashing down. In a live stream that stunned fans, he revealed he'd been fired, not because of drama, but because the tour itself had collapsed. The company behind it, Speed Promotions, abruptly canceled all remaining events mid-season, leaving racers without work, fans without answers, and an entire subculture in shock. Sean handled it with humor, calling it just another job I've been fired from. But beneath the jokes, the pain was clear. Years of dedication, endless travel, and countless nights under stadium lights, gone in an instant. Yet even in disappointment, he defended those responsible. Speed Promotions, he explained, wasn't the villain. The same people who had built Street Outlaws from nothing were simply out of money, trying to sustain a massive racing tour without network backing. It wasn't corruption, it was exhaustion. But while some, like Murder Nova, found strength in reinvention, building businesses, launching YouTube channels, and selling merchandise, others weren't so lucky. Some members of the Street Outlaws family faced darker consequences. Jerry Bird's arrest at the finish line of a $15,000 race was once the worst kind of scandal they faced. But then came the news that Chuck Seitzinger, driver of the Death Trap Mustang, went to jail. Before TV fame, Chuck had been a national import drag champion, a skilled, passionate racer who earned respect on every track. But when his mugshot surfaced online, fans were left confused and divided. He refused to explain what happened, posting a simple video titled, "Chuck's Out of Jail," and returning to the track as if nothing had happened. It only deepened the mystery, adding yet another shadow to the show's growing legacy of off-screen chaos. Still, none of those controversies could rival the storm surrounding Jonathan J.J. DeBoss Day, the life-large Memphis racer known for his fiery temper and unshakable confidence. Long before television, J.J. was a survivor. Growing up poor in Arkansas, he spent years hustling to make ends meet, eventually serving over 8 years in federal prison. That past shaped him into the fighter fans saw on screen, but it also haunted him. In 2017, J.J. and his crew were accused of brutally assaulting rival racer Chad Larkin after a dispute during filming. The lawsuit that followed didn't just target J.J., it accused Discovery Channel itself of exploiting violence for ratings. Whether true or not, the story exposed a grim truth. Behind every engine roar and fist bump was a show built on conflict, and sometimes those conflicts crossed dangerous lines. Then came the heartbreak that would change Street Outlaws forever. In August 2022, tragedy struck when racer Ryan Fellows lost his life during filming near Las Vegas. His car, a gold Nissan 240Z, rolled violently and burst into flames. Witnesses tried desperately to pull him out, but it was too late. Ryan was only 41, leaving behind a wife and 2 children. His death was a chilling reminder that while the show glorified speed, every race carried real risks, and sometimes the cost was everything. Even amid the grief, life went on for the survivors. Jeff Bonnet, better known as AZN, kept his humor alive beside his best friend, Farm Truck, though few knew the heartbreak behind his smile. Orphaned by 20, he carried crushing medical debts and personal loss long before fame found him. For him, Farm Truck wasn't just a teammate, he was a father figure, the one who gave him purpose when life had taken so much away. Together they transformed their bond into a thriving business and spin-off show, Locals Only, continuing to inspire new racers. It was a full-circle moment. The boy who watched from the stands now owned the arena. In the end, the story of Street Outlaws isn't about who crossed the finish line first. It's about what happens when men who built their lives on adrenaline, loyalty, and grit collide with fame, fortune, and loss. They've buried friends, lost families, and fought demons that can't be outrun. Yet they keep building, keep racing, and keep proving that being an outlaw isn't about breaking the law. It's about never breaking your spirit. Because for every crash, every betrayal, and every heartbreak, one truth remains. You can take the racer off the street, but you can never take the street out of the racer. Now it's your turn. What do you think really caused street outlaws to fall apart? Was it fame, greed, or simply time catching up to the outlaws who once ruled the night? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love stories about racing, rivalry, and redemption, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss what happens next in the world of speed.